As a mission maker, you had a vision. A mission where your small team of professional soldiers are ready to take on the enemy. Well-trained, disciplined soldiers, experts in teamwork, communications and small tactics. They all wear the same uniform with pride. They look the part and are ready to show everyone what good looks like. And because you are a benevolent mission maker and you want to ensure your team has the equipment they need, you've given them an arsenal. Surely they will only take what they need to accomplish the mission objectives, right? Oh no. Okay, in all seriousness, there is a way to avoid this. If this has happened to you, I'm going to show you a way to use pre-configured loadouts that are selectable and changeable. This situation has happened to me, and the simplest way to rectify the situation is to simply take the arsenal away and give them only the equipment and ammo that relates to the mod that you are using or the faction that you're using. That's the simplest way to do it. But if you still want to have the ability for your players to change their loadouts, I'm going to show you the use of a script which runs behind the game. It's not big, it's not complicated, it's not that difficult to configure, and I'll show you how that works. Okay, so I've added this script as part of our Combined Arms Training Center, and there is a video that I've done on the Combined Arms Training Center. It's a bit of a showcase to show you what it does, but I'll show you how this script works. I'm going to approach this guy who I've named the Quartermaster. I can then use my scroll wheel and go to Infantry, then use the scroll wheel again, and I can select Battalion Headquarters gear, Rifleman, Signaller, JTAC, Medic, Section Commander Kit, Section 2 IC, etc. And if I select any of those, it completely changes my loadout. Now if you want to, you can scroll down and go select back and go to a different section. Let's go to Aviation and then scroll and Helicopter Pilot gear. So now I've got the gear that our helicopter pilots in OCB use. You can add all sorts of gear that you want to add for all sorts of loadouts. I'll go back and I'll show you the Arma teams and the crew commander's gear. So this is the crew commander for our armored troop. This is the gear that he wears. And I'll show you how to do all that right now. So in my mission folder, I have a folder called Loadouts, which is inside the Scripts folder. Inside the Loadouts folder, I have ARS and Lobby. Now I'm just going to go to ARS because I'm pretty sure it only uses one of these. And in here, we've got our lists of loadouts. So I'm going to go firstly to the Arma.sqf, and we're going to have a look at that. And what you'll see is little tags here. So the first one here is uniform, and then we have uniform gear, and then we have misc gear for miscellaneous gear. Okay, and then we have com dry, so that's commander, that's driver, that's gunner, and additional. So this is the gear for the armored crew. Now in uniform, you'll see I have the class name of a uniform. I have here player add vest, and that's the class name of a vest. Kit bag or backpack, there I have the class name of a backpack, and I have the class name of an armored crewman helmet. In uniform gear, I have NVG goggles independent. I've also add item to uniform hand grenade, and miscellaneous gear item GPS and NVG goggles. So this is all uniform stuff. And if you have a look down the list, you've got various bits and pieces here. So for the commander, added to the vest some smoke shells, and some smoke shells green, yellow, red, blue. I've also added some 30 round magazines, and in here I've got add item to backpack, first aid kit, HE hand grenade, some smoke shells, chem light, green, yellow, blue, med kit, 45 ACP caliber magazine. I've also added a rifle, a flashlight. So you get the idea that in this you can add the class names for whatever gear that you want to use. Now I'll go and have a look at aviation. And again, we have uniform, and we have the class name of a uniform, a plate carrier, then uniform gear. We've got chem lights, green, yellow, blue. We've got smoke shells. We've got a hand grenade. In the vest, we have a first aid kit, an IR grenade. We have some 30 round caseless ammunition magazines and 45 ACP mags. And then the weapon, he has an MX, and then a flashlight, optic, and a handgun. And in miscellaneous gear, items, GPS, NVG goggles, and here we have the pilot class, and we have co-pilot, we have crew, and they all have the same headgear. And again, these are just class names of helmets. And infantry is the same sort of thing. Here it gives you some explanatory notes, the quantities of ammunition, the class names for the rifle, ammunition, the optics, flashlights. I think you get the idea. So basically you go into each of these, find the one you want. This is infantry, and you just add the class names in there of all the gear that you want as selectable. Now in the menu, these are the names of the groups in the menu in-game that you can select. So I've gone, let's go to platoon, and we've got the quartermaster, which is the name I've given to the guy that we go to change our loadouts. And in here we have actions, so command and then BHQ gear, which relates to scripts, loadouts, ARS, and infantry. Next I have platoon gear, which relates to infantry section, and then rifleman, scripts, loadouts, ARS, infantry, and then signaler. So I think you're sort of getting it. Now with the different loadouts inside the infantry folder or infantry file, you'll see that here we have case names. Radio, so that's radio operator gear. So radio operator gear, this is the platoon section. Forward air controller, squad leader. So each of these you can change their loadouts down here. 2IC, combat lifesaver, fire team leader, LMG, engineer, etc. All you need to do is change the class names. And the only other thing you need for this to work, other than having this folder, loadouts folder, in your scripts folder, is a code inside an object. And the object I've decided to use for our mission is this guy. There's a requirement to have this guy as variable name Whiskey Mike, WM Whiskey Mike. You must have that variable name as WM for this to work. And then we've got a script here. Firstly, I've prevented him from being damaged, so allowDamage false, disableAI move, removeAllWeapons, this, because I don't want him to have any weapons. I've disabled his simulation, and then we have a call for the SQF, which is the MainMenu.sqf, which you can see in the Loadouts Ars Menu MainMenu.sqf. Okay, you can have a quick look at that and you'll see that we've got the variable name of WM Whiskey Mike. The dude that I'm using has a name that pops up in game of Quartermaster, and then you've got the various infantry section, fire support teams, AT, EOD, specialist, aviation, Arma, etc. And then the scripts that relate to them. So for example, the Arma group relates to the Arma.sqf. So I will put this code into the description below. I will also put the folder with all these scripts in it in a downloadable link for you in the description. It will be a zip file, and the link you'll be able to download and grab. And all you need to do to make this work is to have this guy with the variable name of WM, this code in his initialization field, and inside your scripts folder in your mission, you need to put that folder, the loadouts folder. From there, you can go in and edit to change the class names of the gear that you want each of your guys to have. And that's pretty much it. If you do need a hand with editing the files, let me know in our Discord. The link will be in the description below, or you can ask a question in the comment section below. As always, thank you for your support. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.